You know, finding retro hardware is one thing, but finding new old stock from 20 years ago, well, that's unheard of. This motherboard has never had a CPU in it, never been powered on. Today, we're about to change that. Hello and welcome to RetroBus. My name is Bill, and today we are looking at the ASUS P5WD2-E Premium. Quite a mouthful. This is a real upscale motherboard from the year 2006, making it 20 years old. And as I said before, never been turned on, never fired up, in immaculate condition. So what we're gonna do is we'll do an unboxing, have a look at what we get inside, try and get some hardware in this and get it fired up and running. And so this board was ASUS's premium LGA socket 775 motherboard. It was really aimed at power users, gamers and overclockers. It is the real top end, one of the best ones they made. So really excited to have this. Big thank you to Ads from Overclockers Australia. He was the one who actually donated this to me. So big thank you, mate. Can't wait to get this open and have a look inside. So here's the box. We can see Ads had concern about the caps on this one. So we'll have a look once we get it open. But again, this is brand new. This is new old stock. So it's never been fired up. But I've since realized apparently even capacitors in systems that have never been fired up can still go bad because it was a chemical reaction apparently. It was a poor chemical structure in those nasty caps in that capacitor plague error. You can see it's got still got the stickers, price in there. Is that 370? I'm not sure. That's not cheap motherboard. So this uses the Intel 975 Express chipset. This was a really good premium chipset that they moved to when they were going towards the Core series. It was the premium chipset if you wanted to overclock your Pentium 4. This is obviously later stage stuff, and it can actually do ATI Crossfire. I would love to try this. Not sure. I don't have two identical ATI cards. I've got lots of NVIDIAs, but not ATI unfortunately. But I would love to, if this works, build the most powerful Pentium 4 system I can, because I think this will be an excellent platform. Look at this, wonderful. Here we go, got the manual. Look at this, never been read, very nice. So quite a detailed manual. These days everything's on the internet usually. Here we go, got a bit of marketing and advertising. ASUS must have been trying to crack the old networking stuff back then. So here we go, a bit of advertising for their switches, driver CD, awesome. It's got the sticker. Oh, I used to love these. I mean, you'd always proudly stick this on the front of your case, wouldn't you? Right next to your CPU sticker. There we go, media launcher, WinDVD. You know, you always got some sort of a DVD, into video WinDVD or some other DVD player. DVDs were quite the thing, you know. What technology? All right, so got, there we go. That's a Firewire, yeah, COM port. There we go. IDE cables, extra USB ports, and a game port. I/O shield, very nice. And there are lots of SATA cables. Look at this. They're really not holding back. It is premium after all, but yeah, look at this. You're getting 6 SATA cables and Molex to SATA converters. Now, time for the main show. Here we go, underneath this cardboard. Wow, look at that. My God, that is in immaculate condition. That is just beautiful. That black PCB, very nice. Not a speck of dust on it. My God. Oh, look at this. The back of it's blue. How cool is that? Interesting. Stuck to cool. This is, you know what? It's the first motherboard that I've sort of seen that's got different colored PCB on each side. So yeah, this side's black and this side is blue. Very cool. But again, look at it. This is amazing condition. So I can see why Ads wrote capacitor with the question mark. This capacitor here does look a little bit bulgy. All the others look pretty good. See how we go. Yeah, everything else looks pretty good. Oh, actually this one's a bit bulgy too, to be honest. Yeah, look at that one. Interesting. I mean, this is the first I've heard, and you know, it seems to be common now. I'm seeing a lot of people comment that, yeah, you can get bulging capacitors on hardware that's never been used. That is unbelievable. So yeah, those dodgy capacitors, even if you don't use them, still go bad. Okay, so let's take a closer look at the components on the board. So we've got 4 RAM slots, dual channel, usually alternating colors gives that away. Got lots of power here, so we've got the general ATX power here, but we've got an extra one here, so Molex. The manual tells me this is to stabilize the voltages across the whole motherboard. And then we've got, I've got another ATX 12 volt power here as well. So yeah, lots of power. 3 PCI slots, PCI Express, not 4 of those, but I've got 2 here for crossfire. So that would be something I'd love to do if this works going forward. This would be great for a monster P4 build. Lots of SATA, got 6 SATA connectors here. IDE, 2 of those. So all your legacy stuff, and also still got our floppy disk connector as well. And the usual assortment of headers for USB, Firewire, all that good stuff. Let's have a look at the back. All right, so lots of ports. PS2 keyboard, mouse, optical audio out, and the Sony Philips digital interface, coax digital out. Printer port, got an eSATA port here. That's pretty cool. So, external hard drives, 2 network ports, USB, and this has actually got a really good audio, 7.1 channel, Dolby Master Studio apparently. So yeah, looking really good. So I've been looking at the manual about this PCB, why it's blue on one side and black on the other. So if we look at the back, we've got this blue. So this cool stack 2 was some technology that ASUS was using to essentially cool the motherboard. So apparently it uses some sort of a coating or some sort of method to get all the heat from the front of the PCB and push it towards the back. So if we look at the propaganda on the box, stack to cool is what it's called. It says fanless zero noise cooling solution that's supposed to reduce decrease temperatures of up to 20 degrees Celsius. Oh, we'll see about that. This is a Pentium 4. So yes, I'll go ahead and try and find a CPU to get into this bad boy because I really want to try it. I'm just going to risk it with the capacitors. Hopefully we can try and get a boot at least, but yeah, I'll grab a Pentium 4 CPU. We'll get this on a test bench and try and get this fired up. But yeah, wow, what a beautiful motherboard. This is just gorgeous. Okay, so I've got a Pentium 4 3.4 gigahertz. So we'll give that a go. Okay, let's get this bad boy on. Okay, for RAM, we've got these 2 Veritech DDR2 RAM sticks. I've gone and actually ripped them out of a machine to make sure that I know that they're well-tested RAM that I know works, because I have got a big stack of RAM, and yeah, half it's not tested. I know these are tested and they do work, so let's not tempt fate. Give this thing its best chance. For video card, I'm just going to go safe Quadro. I know this works. Quadros are pretty solid. They rarely go bad. Great test card. So I'm going to plug that in. Plus it doesn't need extra power. So, we won't strain the system too much. Just keep it simple. So we're all plugged up. 3 power connectors. Yep, no jokes with this guy. Alrighty. Alright, everything's plugged up. Monitor's on. Keyboard, video, everything's on. I'm getting really nervous. This hasn't been powered since it was manufactured. So I don't know what to expect. I really hope it works. Those caps do worry me. Hopefully they don't explode, but let's see what happens. All right, turn the power supply on. So we've got a green LED, always a good sign. Let's see if the IT gods are with us. Good, fan spinning. Give me a video. Oh, the video card fan, video card's fan spinning too. Awesome. Yes. Fantastic, look at that, Pentium 4, 3.4 gigahertz. Yes. Awesome, I so wanted this to work because it is a beautiful motherboard. So I am pumped. That's awesome because I really want to build a kick-ass Pentium 4 system based off this. So yeah, this is great. I'm really happy. Okay, so now it's probably looking for an operating system, which we don't have. We don't have any disks. Yep, here we go, reboot, select boot device. So yeah, everything is working, which is awesome. I'm so pumped because I just had last week a P4 board actually die on me, so which is where I got the donor CPU from. So yeah, it's very fortuitous timing for me. A replacement was waiting. What I might do is quickly plug up a hard drive, get a quick OS on there, run a few benchmarks and see how we go. So I've got a hard drive and a DVD drive here. I'll get my Windows XP CD. Let's get Windows XP installed and running. See how this beast runs. Oh, would you look at this software? I love this aesthetic that they had back in the day. Look at these glossy buttons. Really cool. All right, let's start with the chipset and work our way down. Okay, let's get those Ethernet drivers on there as well. Next, I'm going to install the ASUS Update. So this is a BIOS update utility. And I'm also going to install the ASUS Probe 2. This is a program that monitors the temperatures, something I'm pretty concerned about because just touching these heat sinks, it gets pretty damn hot. Pentium 4 was known to be hot. And last but not least, those NVIDIA Quadro drivers. Okay, let's install a couple of games and see how this system goes. I'll start with Farcry, the GOG version. Looking at the BIOS version, it actually is the last version that ASUS released, so that's great. Saves me having to update it. I've just fired up ASUS Probe and it's giving me some warnings instantly. The CPU temperature, so we can see it in red, 63 degrees. I think that was pretty much par for the course for the Pentium 4, wasn't it? Don't know. Everything seems to be working fine, so let's see. Yeah, look, as soon as we finished installing Farcry, that CPU temperature dropped right down again. But you know, these are pretty typical temperatures for the Pentium 4. 40 to 50 degrees idle was normal, apparently. And when it's under load, 60 to 70 is what's expected. Okay, what I'll also do is throw on Unreal Tournament 2004 from GOG as well. Let's have a look what the video options are. Okay, everything's on low by the look of it. Let's crank it up to high at least. Water texture is looking really nice, great reflections. Frame rates are pretty decent as well. With that, 60s are always nice and smooth. When it gets simple, it does crank into the triple digits. Alright, let's get ourselves a weapon and hit some action. So yeah, you know, we're getting really high frame rates in here, but it's when we get outside the real show starts. Oh, that looks good. Frame rate takes a massive hit, but still very playable. These are great frame rates. Yeah, the sand and water texture looks great. Oh, I've got some fishies. Yeah, first time I've actually noticed the fish. I don't come swimming in here much. I'm not sure how the system's going heat-wise, but the frame rates look great. When you come around here, it really looks nice. The water looks amazing. The water here looks really nice. Look at that. Wow, with the reflections, fantastic. God, this game is so good. Yeah, system's performing really well, very stable. This is a game that does push it. So yeah, looking really good. Let's try the next one. System is running fantastic so far. Let's hit it with some Unreal Tournament 2004. Look at these frame rates. This is really good. I mean, look, Unreal's engines were so efficient back then. Yeah, look at this. It's not going to go under 100, I think. It's looking fantastic. Yeah, look at the geometry, the lighting, graphics are really nice. Oh, I really love the fragments that fly off this rocket. It looks so cool. I think I'm going to pick a different map. This is too big and I'm not finding enough players. Yeah, look at these frame rates. Oh, these are fantastic. I mean, look, it's just so smooth. That flak just flying at me, wow. See that shrapnel? But yeah, really nice. Look at these textures. These look fantastic. Oh, someone's taking a shot at me. Yeah. Amazing frame rates. To play with these sorts of frame rates back then, I would have been pretty happy. Yeah, this system is handling it with absolute ease. Motherboard, rock solid, very stable. Those fans are spinning up. And those heat sinks, when I do touch them, do feel pretty warm. Especially those South Bridge, North Bridge coolers. Quite hot to touch. It's weird that the CPU cooler doesn't feel that hot. The smaller chips feel hotter, to be honest. Which, you know, does give me caution. I do wonder. Too much heat on those caps is not going to be a good thing. I really do need to replace those caps. I really want to save this motherboard. It is, as I say, it's a beautiful motherboard. And I want to try and give it a long life if I can. That's enough. But look, this game, yeah, runs rock solid, very stable, very nice. All right, let's get out of here. So there it is. Wow, I could not have asked for a better result. Here we have a premium ASUS board sitting there for 20 years and it just worked. that's fantastic. You know, apart from those capacitors, they really were built quite well. So, you know, Farcry ran awesome. Unreal Tournament felt exactly like I remembered it. So much fun. It's great to have this system as a foundation that I can build even more systems, especially with that Crossfire. A Pentium 4 with Crossfire sounds pretty exciting. You know, I really was nervous and I was just half expecting that little pop to go with those caps, or if things didn't run, you know, but it just, first time boot up, oh, is always a godsend, I must say. You know, I'm always nervous when there's a first time boot up, and even if it's a system that I've built before or it's from somewhere else, as soon as you start putting different pieces of hardware in, you just never know what's gonna happen. But you know, it's great that it worked out. If you enjoyed this content and want to support me, I do have a Patreon or buy me a coffee. The link is in the description. Thank you to everybody that does support me. Really appreciate it, guys. So I had a lot of fun and I hope to see you in our next retro adventure. Thank you.